Hello everyone, it's Vicki here today and we're celebrating for Rebecca Moore's celebratory hop. She has 1,500 subscribers and she's celebrating with this hop. So I hope you enjoy and play along. I'll link everyone up below for you. So here's Rebecca's layout that I'm going to scrap lift today. I saw it as a Hip Kit Club layout and it's super cute and I really like the idea of it. So I'm going to use Vicki Boutin's Storyteller collection. And I want to use this fabulous triangles paper. And I'm going to cut some strips from it. I want smaller squares than are on this paper. So what I'm going to do is just cut the strips at 2 inches and then cut down the squares from that. So you'll see as I do this what I'm doing here. So I cut the strips and then I cut on the diagonal to make the square. So they're 2-inch squares, and each one has a diagonal on it. There we go. So this is going to skip through the video in a second, so you don't have to watch them all. But there we go. Now finished. And I'm going to use a white cardstock background and arrange those squares just like Rebecca did on her layout. I don't have as many as her. Hers was smaller, but I wanted to make the most of these big triangles that I have from the paper, so I kept mine bigger. And I sewed around the edge just like she has, and I wanted to use black thread for this because my title's going to be black, so I just wanted to add a bit of that extra colour in. So I'm distressing each of the squares, just the edges, with my distress tool, and that adds a bit more texture to the layout. And they're all done, and then I'm also going to pop them off the page. So I've got some sticky back foam here, and I'm just going to cut a square for each of the squares that I have and stick to the back. This is a nice quick layout actually. The bit that took the longest was the sewing around the edges, and you didn't have to see that. So yeah, so I'm just putting the foam onto the back of each of the squares. And I find this is easier than sticking lots of little pieces down, little foam squares. So I like to use that foam. There we go. So that's how it's going to look. And the next thing I'm going to do obviously is stick them all down. Just with some wet glue. This is Scotch tacky glue. And it sticks nicely. And I just decant it into a fine liner bottle. And I find that it works really well. There's my, what am I calling it? My square edge ruler? I can't remember what I'm calling it now. It's completely gone from my head, but that's just to check that it lines up, and it has a flat edge one side so that it goes against the edge of your page and you can tell that you're doing a straight line. So I love that ruler. Okay, they're all stuck down now. And there's my photo. It's my goddaughter, and she's got some red in her hair, and I thought it was quite cool, nice and colourful. Her hair was nice and colourful, so yeah, it went well with these triangles. I think about adding some extra ones, but I don't. So I just sort of thought maybe the page was a bit empty at that point, but it's just me fussing around. I do that from time to time. So I'm going to cut some florals here, and this is from another piece of the colour study paper from Vicki Boutin. And she always does lovely big florals, so yeah, I cut a few out as you can see from that paper and put them down on the page. They're not stuck there yet, so I just put them on as I was cutting them. So this is my title, Be Colourful, and it's a sticker, but I don't want to stick it down just yet. So I've got this little thing from I think it's from We Are Memory Keepers, and it's just got talc in it, but for some reason I think it's gummed up and the talc is not coming out. The little powder is not coming out of the brush, so I had to just open it up and pour some on and then brush it around. So I'll have to have a look at that later. But so now I can put that on my page and I can move it around until I'm really happy with where it's going to go. These are the chipboard stickers that come with the Colour Study collection, and I'm just putting those butterflies on. I think they look really nice. I'm going to think about sticking down the photo and the title. I don't want to put anything on the back of my photo because there's already plenty of stuff going on, and I have a white border on the photo, so I felt that I didn't need anything extra behind there. But I am going to use some foam squares to pop up that title, because the photo's already popped up on top of the popped up squares. I didn't want it to I guess flap around the edges and get squashed, so I needed something under there. Okay, so I'm sticking down the flowers, just tucking them behind squares and at the edge. There we go, some are tucked in, some aren't. And I've got this little chipboard piece that says "Yes Girl Yes," and I thought that was pretty cute for this, and ties in the rest of the yellow from further up. What am I doing here now? Just looking for some more pieces to put on. I actually felt like I needed to put more things on, but I think that was just in my head because it's quite a busy layout. It doesn't need a lot of embellishment. So yeah, there was fear of me overdoing it here. But I pick off these little gold dots from this sticker sheet, and they look quite nice tucked in there at the top and bottom. I like how that looks. And these are Prima jewels, and they're sort of clear with some gold glitter on, and I like the way that they look in the centre of those black and white flowers. This is white acrylic paint, and I'm just going to do some splatters now using that. So I just use the paint and I water it down, and that gives me a nice liquid consistency for doing my splattering. I'm just going to cover my photo because I don't want the paint to go on my photo. Okay, here we go. Splatter, splatter, and I do a lot of splatters, and it just adds to the sort of the textured look and gives it a bit of a sort of a distressed look as well. And I do lots of them, and they're all over. I wipe them off of the title because it's a sticker. They just wipe off of there while they're still wet quite easily. And that's it. There's my final layout. I do hope you like it and it gives you inspiration. There's a couple of close-ups coming up, and yeah, please let me know if you have any questions. I'd like to congratulate Rebecca on her 1,500 followers, and I do hope you'll go and follow the rest of the hop and see what the other ladies have done. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.